Hello my friends. No, you didn't misread the title of this video. Back in the day, I really used to dislike inline skating, to say the least. In my teenage years, I did a lot of ice skating. I don't know how common it is right now, but at least back then, me and my friends looked down on inline skating. We saw it as inferior to ice skating. In my teenage years, I saw many things in black and white. How did it all change for me? To put things into perspective, right now I'm exactly opposite views. The only difference is I don't look down on anything anymore. But that's age-related. Around 2005, give or take a couple of years, rollerblading was at its lowest point. In the town where I lived, there was only one inline skating rink. I would go there sometimes when I couldn't ice skate. Back then, I never thought about skating outdoors. It never occurred to me. We didn't have the amazing options that we have today. So many frames, so many boots. I believe YouTube was pretty basic back then. It actually just started in 2005. I watched figure skaters and tried to replicate their tricks. But my progress on ice skates over the years was next to zero, to be frank with you. The coolest thing I could do was going backwards, but even that I didn't do very well. Inline skating for me back then was something like a substitute for ice skating during the times when there was no ice to skate on. I did not realize the huge potential which inline skating had. Then there was a period when I stopped doing ice skating for many years, until it was 2020 and COVID had come, which put me back on my skates, but this time with wheels. Right now I can't understand how I overlooked potential of inline skating. Potential so huge that it can easily become a lifestyle. Unlike ice skating, inline or roller skaters choose where they skate. It's the coolest thing and the biggest freedom one can have. There are no ice rinks anymore. Pretty awesome. You can enjoy city views while you skate. You can enjoy nature, streets, cars and busy pedestrian avenues. Even off-road experience. Inline skating is primarily a street activity, if you ask me. It's the street that makes it so magical. If I had to do it indoors, with a crowd always swarming around me, and I have to go clockwise all the time, I don't even know if I would do it. Within a confined space, even ice skating looks better. At least it's cold there, so you don't sweat too much. I tried ice skating again a few months ago. I was using Trident blades with Powerslide swell boot. I didn't really like it. Yeah, it was pretty interesting experience. Ice skating blade feels like a very deep rocker. It's super forgiving compared to inline skates. Doing wizard moves is much easier. Skidding is much easier too, depending on how the blade sharpened. One skater on the ice rink told me that she was really surprised how I managed to do a 3-turn without pick on my blade. Well, I don't have a pick on my inline skates either. Performing stops on ice blades was funny, easier than on wheels, but different. The angle is very different. It has to be closer to the right angle, unlike inline skating, where the angle is very sharp. But I don't know why, maybe because I prefer to be outdoors, I didn't really enjoy it. Also, it has no wheels and bearings, and let's admit it, the wheel is one of the best inventions ever. There is a reason why people love wheels. Some people are even wheel addicts. Hello Ricardo. I like skating on roofs, enjoying the amazing skyline of Sydney CBD. I like skating through the beach, having the sun on my face, watching people walking around and being busy, buying coffee without taking my skates off. And what I like the most is that grip between wheels and the surface. That grip is probably the biggest difference between these two activities. There are so many little and not so little things that make inline skating more attractive for me right now. By no means do I look down on ice skating. I'm just highlighting those features of inline skating which really makes it the best activity for me. Ice skating has its big pros too, and I like mixing it in with my inline skating routine from time to time. Actually, I encourage all inline and roller skaters to go ahead and try their favorite moves on ice. Just don't try power stop, you'll spin violently. Power slide works very well, remember about the angle. If you like wizard skating, I totally encourage you to go ahead and do ice skating, and then let me know what you think. I can only say that all the moves that I tried, they worked. Well, most of them. Did you know you can do magic slide on ice? And it's much easier, and it's quite efficient. Okay, I'm not saying no more because I'm really keen to know about your experience. Somehow, ice rinks are always packed with beginners, so it seems to me that beginning skaters favor blades over the wheels. Kids love ice, ice has some magic in it, which attracts people. I don't think that asphalt can attract beginners. Asphalt is pretty scary, street is pretty scary. Besides, ice is just cool. Actually, as I write this text, I just remembered my first street skating in 2020. It was damn scary to go out for the first time, and I already had a whole bunch of ice skating experience. So yeah, the safety of an ice skating rink can be appealing to the beginners and kids together with their parents. There are also inline and roller skating rinks, but where I live we don't have them as many. As a kid, I remember how I always wanted to learn ice skating. Not that there was any alternative, but still. So my conclusion here is that if you're unsure about skating at all, ice could be a good first step before you put your wheels on the asphalt, unless you know what you want. In this case, just go for it. I wrote this text before shooting the footage that you're watching now, and I had to rewrite some of it after my ice skating session. This time it was a completely different experience for me compared to a year ago. I rented some skates, just to compare them with my Trident blades, but I took them off instantly. I beg you, never, ever, under no circumstances, take rental ice skates. They are meant to kill all the fun of skating. It could be a conspiracy against beginners. I don't know why, but certainly seems that way. They give you the crappiest skates existing, without any liner. Actually, there is a liner, but it's so miserable that it feels like you're sticking your foot into a hard boot without any liner. Anyway, I completely changed my mind about Trident blades. If you buy them, don't forget to sharpen them first. They are good, and I had a great time with them today. After today's session, I realized that I want to mix in more ice skating into my inline skating routine, but my heart belongs to inline skating. End of story. If you are inline or a roller skater and have tried ice skating, please leave your comment. I really want to know other people's experience. This video is just my personal little story about ice skating, inline skating, and how I coasted between them throughout the years. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye now.